Hello everybody, Andy here, aka Montolio, and we are back for another vintage challenge with Lurrus Control. We played this last night in the vintage challenge and ended up going 4-2, and we've made a few changes today, despite very subtle. What I am noticing in the metagame is that there has been a rise in workshops, and one of the things that I'm doing to combat that is I am playing a main deck Long Goodbye. And you say to me, well, Andy, that's a funny card to associate with being good against workshops. One of the things that I have found very difficult when playing against, when I say workshops, I'm talking about like sphere shops, is being able to deal with a patchwork automaton very early on. And scrabbling 3 mana together, especially when you're on the draw in this type of a deck, is not an easy task, and they continually are applying pressure to you. And so Long Goodbye is a clean way to answer that. And as you see, I also have 2 in the sideboard. I just think this card is generically very good. And it goes without saying, the rest of the metagame is also the Esper and Lurrus Control. Long Goodbye is very good against those decks, and it's also good against Initiative as well. The only card that it doesn't hit out of Initiative is the Seasoned Dungeoneer, and only once has it ever cost me having that in my hand against the Seasoned Dungeoneer. The same can be said for Momentum Breaker. Momentum Breaker is just a really good removal spell, and it helps deal with Patchwork Automaton and all the aforementioned cards. The only card that really stinks against Momentum Breaker is opposing Orcish Bowmasters. It makes the card look pretty bad. But just having this card in your main deck and the ability to recur it with Lurrus late game is something to behold for sure. And I like Momentum Breaker. As you can see, I have another one in the sideboard. I've had pretty good success with it. And where I find it is helpful is when I'm playing against Argentum Masticore, as an example. Obviously, Patchwork Automaton, as I just mentioned, like, I don't really have the ability to remove large creatures like that. Worm Coils, that sort of thing. Despite Worm Coil is a horrific card for me to sit across from because it recurs 2 tokens, we can manage those tokens. And so I found Momentum Breaker to be very good. And so those are the main changes that I've made here in this deck. Once again, I am trying Soul Guide Lantern out again over the Nihil Spellbomb. It's having your cake and eat it too. Nihil Spellbomb accomplishes that better than Soul Guide Lantern in the sense that when you remove their graveyard, if you do have a black mana available, you get to draw a card and remove their entire graveyard. Whereas Soul Guide Lantern only does one of those 2 things. What the bonus is with Soul Guide Lantern is it can remove that key spell out of your opponent's graveyard, making you not forced to crack to remove the entire graveyard. So an example of that is if they just have 1 Dredger in the graveyard, or if there's a Squee in the graveyard, you can take that card out of there and be patient. And so I'm doing a split today. I think both of them have their place in the metagame, and I'm trying this out today. I did cut a Flusterstorm to accommodate that Long Goodbye. Hopefully we're not having a day where we're running into combo nonstop where the Long Goodbye is just a horrific move. Would have loved to have put a Misdirection in my deck today just as something a little bit spicy, but we're going to forego that. I have cut a Consign to Memory out of the sideboard for a more blanket answer in Hurkyl's Recall. As I said, there are a lot of workshops running around, and just being able to reset the board can be a huge game. Not a lot of people are running Hurkyl's Recall anymore. Just given where the metagame has been sitting, it doesn't make a ton of sense, but I do think that the cycle is coming back around where Hurkyl's Recall could be pretty good again. We'll see. Obviously, cutting a Consign comes at a cost for the more expensive blanket in Recall. But we're going to try it out today. And yeah, as I said, pretty good removal suite in the sideboard. I am still opting to play Leyline of the Void. Leyline of the Void is just hands down the best answer to Dredge and all the other removal that is in the graveyard hate that is in the format does not instantly remove your opponent's graveyard. So they tap their Bazaar, they put a couple of Dredges into their yard. It puts pressure on you to actually remove them right away, whereas Leyline just does that for you. It doesn't have any cost to it, and we have a pretty good deck to be able to try and protect these Leylines, so I am opting to do that. The Nombo with Lurrus, of course, is significant, but I've been siding Lurrus into my deck when I'm playing with Leylines, and if we draw it, awesome. If we don't, no big deal. The benefit outweighs the risk without a doubt, and You do see in these challenges, Dredge is there. I know last week I had a pretty good run with this deck, and I ran into Dredge 3 times, and Leyline was integral to winning all 3 of those matches. So, yeah, say what you will. Obviously, there's a cost, but I am still in the camp that I just like Leyline of the Void. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Let's see how we do with our little subtle changes today. And yeah, if you haven't done so already, please do like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you around 1. Okay, guys, here we are in round 1. We won the die roll. My opponent likes workshops in both the prison style and in Jewel. I mean, how heavy can I lean on this frog? I guess pretty heavily, I guess. If we're playing against Combo, we're not likely to pull this one off. Because I have so much land, I'm just not really worried about getting wastelanded. It's in. See what happens. Praying it's not Jewel. And it is. Okay. Oh, man. I'm probably just going to have to start discarding cards here. I'm not going to go all in here. It doesn't accomplish enough. I'm looking for counter magic. Ha! Should be more specific, I guess, huh? Let's draw. Okay. That's really helpful. It's going to be a dangerous turn for sure. But hopefully they just play right into my days. Yeah. I'm not going to force that. If they play a ring, it sucks, but... Yep. Days would have got it. Okay, let's find an Undercity Sewers here. We're in a bit of trouble. So what am I getting? Like, they currently have 3 mana available. And I do have days. I can't draw a card this turn. I could just go and get an Ancestral myself. I don't hate it. Okay. And if they do crack their bauble, it does open me back up. Let's see. Is there anything I want? Like, I could get a Spell Pierce, but, like, how good is actually Spell Pierce? Maybe it's okay. It's really interesting. They're going to be losing life from their ring. They're going to lose life from their ancient tomb. 2-4. There's a very reasonable chance that I could potentially kill them. I think I just play it safe and get a Spell Pierce here. I know it seems crazy, guys, but I kind of had a shift there at the last second. Like, there was a number of things that I was considering, a Wasteland and Ancestral. Like, if they play a Jewel, I can Spell Pierce it. If they crack the Bauble, even bringing a land back for days is not irrelevant because it's something I could discard, or I could bring back another City Sewers, do some filtering. Okay, so Spell Pierce is going to work here. Or it should. They could crack their Bauble. And they are. Maybe they have a Force of Will here. Bring back the Underground Sea. And this is lethal if it works. They may have Mox in here. Okay. They die on their upkeep. I guess they could Paradoxical Outcome, so there's just no reason not to try and kill them here. Like if they have a main deck Dismember, I guess, but okay. Good win for us here. Now let's see here. So we're playing against Jewel. This is a time where I wish that Urkel's Recall was a consign. Now, Lantern is not very good here. Probably don't need a Swamp. And I do think we want Momentum Breaker as well. Long Goodbye is probably better than Fatal Push, I would think. Now, I realize I'm going into a deficit here. Like, to be clear, Long Goodbye is not a good card in this matchup, but what often ends up happening sometimes is your opponent metamorphs your creature, and I don't mind having removal to be able to remove their creature. I think I'd just keep a Spell Bomb in here, just for recursion. Just like another card draw. Yeah, this hand has to go back. Okay, this is better. Not sure what I want to put back here. If they have a quick... I think I'm going to put back the Polluted Delta here. It's a bit risky though, isn't it? I think as I'm on the draw, I can be a little bit greedy here. This gives me an answer to a big creature and momentum breaker. We've got Bowmaster to be able to mess with their card draw, and we have a force up with Wasteland as well. I mean, that's weakness to me. Guess I'm going to just keep doing it. I don't know. Like, maybe they just have a ton of land in their hand. Okay, it looks like I might have run them out there. It's not great, actually. We didn't find a land. All right. Well, we gotta discard 2 cards, guys. Okay. At least I can treasure cruise here. Hopefully I find a land. Ha! Not that one. Could be discarding a lot here, too. I think I'm going to let this go. Just because of the... I don't really want to discard. I think I'll flash Bowmaster in here. I just am trying to control all their mana here. I know they're struggling mightily, so we might as well put ourselves in a position to try and win through it. Daze is a good draw. Guess I'll time walk here. Hmm. I guess I could bring Lurrus back. Like, maybe it's worth doing. Yeah, probably I'll take a turn off this turn. I do have force and days. Obviously, it's not my hope to have to use any of those because I want to pay for them versus pitch. Lotus. Yeah, let that go. Time bolts. Sure. Now, if they have an Urza's Saga, it puts me in an awkward spot here, but I feel like that this is worth doing. I should be able to kill my opponent here before they can get a Saga to get a key. Okay. Okay, here we are in round 2. 2 Lurrus is revealed. Not sure what my opponent's playing. They did win the die roll, but I'm going to keep here. Misstep gives us a little bit of levity here. I think I'm going to be greedy here and counter this. I want to prevent my opponent from knowing what I have. The only card that really roasts me is Ancestral. They kept a no-lander. Okay. Walk is probably okay. Strip Mine. I don't like that as much, seeing a Strip Mine from them. But I'm drawing 2 cards here. I think it's probably okay. I'm not going to expose my land unnecessarily. Hopefully I draw a land here. Let's see. Land? Awesome. I think I'm going to attempt to time walk here. I think there's a reasonable chance this gets countered from their hand, but I think that's all right. No Strip Mine. Interesting. Well, I can do a pretty effective dig through time here. And I can protect it. The other thing is, do I just want to go for a Lurrus here? Because the double baubles are pretty good. I think I'm just going to Undercity Sewers here. I do like Demonic Tutor. And I will, in their upkeep, Bowmaster. Okay, maybe not. Island. Okay. It's a little awkward. I'm not going to proactively do it here. This could be a time walk. Ponder. Okay, well, I am going to do this. Do I want to counter the Ponder? I don't think so. I kind of want to save my Spell Pierce for a potential dig through time. But I'm not really wanting to do that right at the moment. So they like what they see. basic island in their deck. So we will attack here. I think I go get Ancestral Recall. I could get a Strip Mine too. And take them off that blue source. In all honesty, it's not the worst. They probably have a Force of Will right now. I don't know. I'm going to recall. I just think it's probably the right line. I think I'm going to do the blue source here. And they could have multiple counters here, guys. But if we get into a double counter war here, like, I think that's probably okay. So there's the first one. If I got dazed here, that would suck. But I am looking for a Strip Mine Wasteland here. Not ideal. Not ideal. You go. Just Dread Horde. I think it's fine to let it resolve, guys. Next turn I can dig and have negation up. It's not perfect, but yeah. See if they have the Dread Horde here. They do have a Dread Horde. Okay. It does stop me from coming in, but it increases the chances that my dig through time is going to work here. One fetchable duel left. Brutal, guys. Not honestly crazy about the setup here. That was really bad. 1, 2, 3. I could Lurrus as well. If they have a Daze, I highly doubt it. They did not Force of Will me. I do think I want an Orcish Bowmasters. And I guess Force of Will, right? Yeah. Now, little bit awkward here. But I think I'm going to... Do I attack in here? I don't think so. Let's try and trap them. Okay. They are coming. Ponder. Okay. Well, this is my cue. I'm going to put the damage on the Arcanist itself, despite I can block it with the Orc army. If they have removal for the Orc army, and they draw off the Ponder, the 2 Bowmasters will trigger and kill the Arcanist. I think I counter this. It's the safe line to do, but I don't know what they have here. See if they shuffle. I think I'm going to play it safe, guys, and just kill the Arcanist straight out because of removal. Hopefully they don't have anything else here. Time walk, okay. Maybe not my best line there, but they can do Lurrus here. I could draw 2 cards here. They have a Force of Will almost assuredly. So they counter my Luris and then they play theirs. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to do it. Obviously, balance would be bad here too if they had that. Ponder, yep. Saga, okay. Probably should have waited if it was balance I thought they had. Did they just skip through their turn here? So what is going on here? Ponders, okay. Dreadhorde, okay. We maybe want to Nihil Spellbomb. We maybe want these. I feel like negation's not likely to be as good. Daze. Did I see it? They had a strip mine. But they're playing a 3-color deck. Probably could come off a basic here. likely reasonable. I feel pretty good about this. Okay. No control, but we have removal. I'm not going to complain about this sand. An awkward use of my mana to crack my Lotus here, but I think it's probably fine. Don't think I'm going to play around Wastelands here. I think I'll take a card out of their hand here. Maybe a little greedy playing the Momentum Breaker. Okay. I suspect they're probably going to draw a card off this. I'm pretty convinced they're going to draw a card off the Soul Guide. They didn't. Okay. Is Lurrus here, or are they going to crack now? Yep. Feel like I can continue to be patient here. I am somewhat worried about a dig ability here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play my Soul Guide Lantern. I'm not crazy about this line, but I'm just going to do it anyways. Because if I can just inhibit them from trying to delve on me, it's worth it. Okay, not thrilled with the outcome of that, but not great. Um, they are. I could wait for their red source here, but I'm just trying to deny them some resources here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I just take their yard away here? I feel like I do. Hopefully I don't get punished. They do have more cards than I do right now. Flame of Anor. Target player draws 2 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. I need to fuel my delve here. I'm not crazy to get rid of any of those cards, like the Soul Guide and the Momentum Breaker, but I think I have to. Can pay for Spell Pierce. Okay. All right, here we go, guys. They do have a daze. Interesting. I feel like we are losing this. Okay. Do they do Lurrus now? Yes. Okay, cannot remove it now. We need to find something that goes to the yard here. That's a good one. Well, I think we don't fool around with that thing. Let's just get rid of it. Dreadheart. Okay. Okay, that was a pretty big flex finding the Ancestral there. Dreadhorde is pretty good with the equipment on it here. The Astro Loganes Planisphere. Yep. I feel like it's kind of a... I could do Lurrus here, but it's also a time I could delve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Need myself a bauble. Take the red source here, and yeah, that's going to be good for me. It's aggressive, but okay, they're hellbent. Yeah, a little bit short doing it all here, but that's okay. Oh, I guess I actually can do it. Hey! Oh, they don't have red. Nice. Okay, so they will remove my Luris this time. Fatal push. Not great. I have just really a lot of removal. I need to find some creatures here. Okay, there it is. That's good. Frog is going to be very strong here. It's an instant? Yeah. They have to do it now. Otherwise I get a bauble. Okay. I'm looking for creatures here specifically. I don't want that. Here we go. Ha! Brutal. Not great, guys. All right. Oh, another one of those, eh? Ooh, that's a good draw. Not crazy about it. I'm just going to do it because I want to have mana open next turn after I Lorne revealed. Ooh, that's a nice one. No, I'm going to do that. What do I want to get? Pretty low on resources, to be perfectly honest with you. Bowmaster does screw them up. Let's just do that. Down to 23 cards there. This kills them next turn. They've got one card to work with. Okay, there we go, guys. We got the win. Very gracious opponent. Some kind words to say at the end. And yeah, we're going to see you next round. Okay, here we are in round 3. We've run into Winged Hussar, an old Bazaar running mate. I don't think I can keep this hand. Much better. Put the double delve away. Let's take a look and see what's up here. Okay, they're going to be able to get a time walk on me here. Not much I can do about that. They are playing Esper. Pretty greedy keep. I guess they have the Lorne revealed here, so it's not so greedy. Okay. Lorne revealed, gone. Undercity sewers. Delving. Put Flusterstorm into the yard. They chose not to time walk. They do have swords to plowshares here. I think I'm just getting basics, guys. I want to play Magic. And it's a little bit playing things safe for me, but I think it's all right. Not going to play Frog and a Sword here. They can play around my Spell Pierce here easily with Time Walk now. Going to play my Bowmaster. If they want a Swords here, I'm completely fine with that. I will fight here. I have the misstep for the Swords. My opponent showing great patience. They can hard cast Negation here. I think I go after the Negation here because I want my 2 cards in the yard for Delve. Wasteland, okay. Let's see what I find here. I'm going to attempt a Time Walk here. I could Delve, but I think I can do it next turn. Another Swords, okay. They do have Swords here. Well, I guess we're going to Delve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 if I Wasteland. I think I'm pretty comfortable Wastelanding their Black Source here. I do have Days available to me. Oh, I have to pay an extra. Okay. I think a Demonic for a Force at Will here. Okay. I don't think I fight over the Swords. Time Walk. Time Walk's fine. Yeah. Look, the dig is going to be a problem for me for sure. So I have to really think about how I want to handle this here. Time Walk is gone. I know they have a dig and 2 on dig, Lurrus, and one unknown card. They're going to wasteland me next turn. So they have one unknown card in hand. They're going to wasteland me. So that means that there's a chance that Days could be good in this situation against a Lurrus. The other option is I keep the Force of Will and hope to find a blue card. Tough decision. They are going to dig here with all likelihood. So there's the dig. So we are now forced with the decision of what we want to do. My gut is telling me to keep the Days in my hand. Like, if they play a land here and cast Lurrus, it's really good for me. If not... Okay, so this is not so great now, because my Days does not look great here. Wasteland would be good. Okay, I did find the Force of Will, which is helpful. I'm not going to pull Lurrus here, guys. The reason being is if they find something like a Spell Pierce, it's one of the few ways that I can lose this game. I cannot currently cast Lurrus, so I just think it's more important that I get Lurrus off the table at all costs. Okay. Chipping away here. What if they wasteland me? I think that's just something I have to live with. Okay. Okay. Force of Will would suck here, but there's not much I can do about it. They do have it. Okay. Hmm. Really want that? It's pretty brutal. A little bit brutal us not having a drawing a land there, but it does happen. We just have to hope that they don't find anything here. Would have loved a bowmaster there, I can tell you that. Oh, interesting. Okay. Not great, guys. Two lands in a row for me. Yep. This puts them to one. Obviously, that Lauren revealed they just did was really good. Long Goodbye is a good draw, and that I will be able to remove whatever creature they put into play here, but we are obviously needing help here. Save the Wasteland for Urza Saga with all likelihood. Yep. Okay, not great, guys. They're at one life here, guys. Like, we're going to do our best here to try and hold them back. All right. That was not looking great for us there in that particular spot. Okay. So we're playing against Esper Lurrus here. definitely want these. Negation's likely not great, and I think Daze is not at its best in this particular spot. I honestly don't know what's better in this particular matchup, is the Relic or the Soul Guide. Might try the Relic. Alright, guys. Yep. His hand does work. Once again, missed up the glue holding it together. A little bit disappointed to see the mocks here. Hopefully they're just luring revealed. Yeah, that's good news for me. It just means they're not able to get me with Bowmaster. The issue I'm now faced with is overdrawing. And untapping and letting them have Bowmaster mana is not really good for me. It's a tough spot. Them having the mocks there is just so good. Sorry guys, I'm eating a bit here while we're playing. But hopefully they don't have any mana here. Okay, that's decent news for me. At least it's not a Bowmaster mana, right? I am going to attempt in their upkeep to do it. And I'm not... We're hope to find like Force of Will. And more like black mana sources. I don't expect to win this battle, but we might. Oh, nice. Okay. Yep. You got me. Oh, no. All right. I'm not liking this spot. Mm-hmm. Okay, there's the Wasteland. I think I'm just going to get rid of this. And I don't really care if they negate this. I have another one. I'm just trying to feed my graveyard for Treasure Cruise. I will lose my land here, but... We're going to have to fight over this one, and that's going to cost me my treasure cruise, unfortunately. Okay. Okay. Huh. All right. Do I just keep that in play? Probably. Hmm. Do I crack this now? I feel like I do. The longer I wait, the worse it gets for me. Play around days. I'm going to just momentum breaker and take a card out of their hand. It's not amazing, but wonder if he'll discard Lurrus. Nope. Okay. Black Source? Ooh. Was not a very good draw. My opponent has a mitt full of cards over there. Black Source here? Okay. Both having mana issues this game. They did find a white source. Okay. Well, not ideal. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. I unfortunately have to get an underground sea here. My island is gone. And I need black, and I cannot get a... Okay, that's good. That's good. That works. I will wasteland. Try and keep them off of Lurrus here. Oh. Okay, under city sewers here. Hmm. Do I want that? I don't think so, guys. Black, blue. I suspect this is going to get forced. I think they're brainstorm locked here. See if they have another force. They did find a land here. Okay. A long goodbye should be good for me here. Yeah, that's a good one for sure. I mean, they're going to get a free trump block here, but I think that's okay. Hmm. I could have a counter spell here. I guess I might just have to long goodbye this and try and deal with Luris. Oh, this is awful. I really made a mistake here. Not. Well, I didn't necessarily. So what happens if I trade here? How bad is that for me? They are at 2 life. Not optimal. My opponent still has a Mitful, and of course Luris can come into play here and cause me problems. But I wish I obviously had a Vlorin revealed first there. Love a Wasteland. I could have brainstormed in response, I guess. Probably a little bit sloppy there. Yep. Okay, I'm in a bit of trouble here. Cannot pay. All right. Yeah. Now Lurrus is coming down. Not yet. They're not. We are losing now. It won't take long for my opponent to tempo me out here with the frog. Guess my mistake there is I should have bowmassed or brainstormed in response, because these two cards are not looking very good at the moment. Yep. Yep, this one got away from us, unfortunately. Okay, well. Probably should have Lauren revealed again there, but that's okay. We are playing clock now. My opponent's 3 minutes behind me. And we're going to use every second we can on the clock here. These mirrors can be quite lengthy. Time walk, yep. F6 here now. It can kill me. Exactsies. Okay. So that did not work out. I felt like we were doing fine there, but I don't know what my error was there. Maybe trying to trade with tokens like second half of the Bowmasters? I'm not really sure. Okay, I want Days back in. Like, I just really was mana screwed that whole time. Hmm. Can I just take out a bauble, maybe? Try that. Let's look for a good hand here. This hand is not good. Got to be able to play Magic, guys. Do I want the Undercity Sewer? I might want it. Okay. A little bit low on resources here. Mm. Here you go. What I don't want to see is a frog. Yeah. Do I fight over this? Probably not. I'm going to say we have a lot of removal. I'm not crazy about the setup I'm making here, but so I'll go okay. Flash Bowmaster could be bad for me here, but didn't have it. Blue card? Okay. I'm not expecting Lurrus to be long for this world, likely. I don't think I will fight over Luris. I'm really looking for a long goodbye here. Okay. I get rid of my baubles. So they're likely trying to trap me with a Bowmaster. Time Walk. I don't think that's one I want to resolve. Mystical dispute, I cannot pay. And they can exactly time walk me here. It's pretty bad. We are losing this one here, unfortunately. Good beats. We're not dead here, though. Yep. They're pretty close. It's a good draw. My mana's not very good, though. That's the problem. But I am going to attempt to Ancestral myself and find my way out of this mess. They have Force of Will. Okay. And I guess I'm going to play an Urza Saga. Does Saga help me here? I'm not going to Wasteland them because they're going to be drawing a bunch of cards here. I'm going to proactively do it now. Okay. They have Black Lotus. And I guess they have their own Bowmaster here, likely. Okay. Not much I can do there, guys. Not overly helpful, that one. See if we can resolve it. Okay. Missing the right mana to be able to kill that. I didn't find a black source. Yes, I will pay. Did not find it. Okay. They can just kill me here. Alright. Got our opponent down to about a minute on the clock here, but it's not going to be enough. All right, put up a good fight. Been struggling in the mirrors a little bit recently. I have been disappointed in my ability to fight through mirrors. I feel like I'm kind of getting the raw end of the stick and not quite sure why, as I feel like I have a good understanding, but yeah, there you have it. We'll see you next round, guys. Okay, here we are in round 4. This is Sabi. Most recently playing Oath of Druids. I don't mind this, but if they're playing Oath, it's not very good. This is way better. I mean, it's not necessarily good against Oath of Druids, but it's a hand that at least plays. So I'll put my island away. And hopefully we draw Force. Okay, no companion revealed. Underground Sea. And we're going to do All Masters. I mean, let's hope we find a... Okay, it's a blue Force Days. We did not. Uh-oh. They didn't have it. Okay. I am going to get an Underground Sea this time, in case I draw a Spell Pierce as well. I do realize they have a fetch land here. It is indeed Oath of Druids. Okay. 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 Do I want to cycle Lorne Revealed here? I kind of am wanting to get a Force of Will, so I don't think so. I can Momentum Breaker that and start attacking Oko down. I think I just like the idea of going and getting an Ancestral here. They might have a counter. Do I just get a Force of Will? I do think I go after Oko. Oh no, I don't want to do that. 1, 2, 3. Or Planeswalker. Do I want to sacrifice my Bowmaster here to get an extra damage, and do I want to discard anything? Probably not. I'm just after card draw here. This is going to make it bigger than theirs. See if this works. I think I just send everything at Oko. Question is do I flash in my Bowmasters at the end of their turn? Or do I Undercity Sewers looking for another blue card? I think I got to just start piling damage on. Oko is not great for me, but if they play another Oko, I mightn't do that. I just need to start focusing on getting Lurrus going here too. To start getting card advantage. I am going to cast my Bowmasters here. If this gets hard cast forced, like hard forced, I don't care. Long goodbye, not a good draw. Let's get in here. They do have Abrupt Decay in their main. If it's the same list they were running last time. I have them dead, so I don't think I need to worry here. I think I'm more worried about winning a battle over Flusterstorm. Like Oko, I don't care about because I can kill it with Long Goodbye. Now, I would anticipate Oath to be a pretty tough matchup. I see a momentum breaker coming in. Long goodbye just does nothing. Actually, it does. It hits Oko. That is something to think about. Having a couple to deal with Oko is fine. Does Consigned Memory do anything? I actually might want the Consigns here. Just as extra blue cards. It's got to be better than Long Goodbye. Nothing to stop an Oath here. They've kept 7. Let's take a look and see what's up here. Okay, great. They have Flusterstorm here. Triple stock up. Okay. Let's see if they move that, or if they fetch here, I of course will Ancestral in response. Spell Pierce, good one. I'm going to do a stock up here. Not very good, is it? Jeez. 6 lands, that's a savage beating for me. That happened to me last night as well. I had an Ancestral that hit 3 lands. Like pretty low prevalence something like that happens. Spell Pierce was a good one. We'll keep the Lorne revealed, obviously, for a pitch card. God forbid I get to that point in the game where I'm needing to cast 5 mana here. Yeah, can't really do much here, can I? Okay, that was a great draw. Probably losing this now. Oops. Okay, I do like getting the token here. Gosh darn, man. No, I don't think we're going to have enough to get there. It's going to be close. I have to hope they stock up and pass turn here. Show and tell. Yep, that does not help me. And I don't actually think I can beat an Atraxa. I got Force of Will there. Yeah, it was close. Like, that Black Lotus off the top was the only thing that got me. Guess I'll see what I can find here. Certainly not that. That Ancestral too was just savagely brutal to me. Like 3 lands I didn't need. Yeah, there's Momentum Breaker. Momentum Breaker's a good one. I know it's going to get Force of Willed. Let's see what they pitch. Ponder. Okay. So they're going to time walk me here. Okay. Like if they completely brick, and they're just dealing me damage here, there's a world where I can get Lurrus into a Momentum Breaker. Actually, that doesn't work. I need to hit a Black Lotus here. Okay. Oath of Druids has been gone from the metagame for so long. And I don't miss it. All right. We tried. At least that's a redraw. Okay. Sequencing, don't know that it really matters. Can't afford to have that. I'd like to have it, but can't afford it. And Mulligan as well, which is great. Abrupt Decay, okay. Okay, that's a frog for us next turn. Can I time walk here? No. Hopefully it's not an oath. And a decay I can live with. Time walk. We'll recoup the card with the frog, and I can mess with their mana. Let's take a look and see what's going on here. Come on, man. Okay, I've got a pretty good opportunity here to try and find some wastelands. Just going to start discarding my lands here. I do have Force of Will. Oh, it just resolves. Oh my. Okay, I did not expect that. That's not actually a great hit, believe it or not. I want the Pierce. Ancestral tempting, but have to be disciplined here. Okay. Don't think I need to go crazy here. It's worth it, guys. I know that they're going to trade land for land here, so I end up losing 2 lands, but I think that's okay. All right, we got them dead next turn. We've got a pretty good suite of counter magic up here. Now, they do have 6 cards in hand. Okay, we got there. Nice one. Okay, round 5, playing against Desolutionist. We did not win the die roll. Both playing Lurruses. I think my hand is fine. It's going to need a bit of help, but they are a storm deck, so it's risky. I don't have any interaction here, but hopefully they don't go off on me here. My hand is likely pretty suspect. That's a good one. Okay, that's really good for me. So I'll put that, and I guess this. I'm going to try and time walk here. Yeah, I'm going to time walk. Actually, do I want to take the blue card out of my hand? I think I'm going to actually Demonic Tutor here, hold up double force. They have no idea what I've got in my hand. They got a Fluster here. Of course, I don't truly know what they're playing, right? It could be anything. But their most recent list was a Storm list, like a DPS type list. Yeah. Gifts ungiven. What do I think about gifts ungiven here? I don't think I want them having that. Try and take them off mana drain here. Miracle Scroll, okay. Go get an Ancestral, yep. Can we find a Misstep? No. We're going to draw a couple cards here. Maybe we'll find a Force of Will and a blue card. That's not good. Yep. No. Could be a stock up here. Want a tutor. That's probably not good for me. Black Lotus into Yogwill. It is indeed Black Lotus. Okay. I guess let's see what's up. So they do have force. And they can do Lurrus here. Mindbreak Trap is fine. Guess I do Wasteland them here. We get in for 3, and I guess we're going to have dueling Luruses here. Unless I draw something good. Negation's actually solid. And I will counter their Lurrus here. Or their... and if they want to fight over this, that's fine. They are having trouble with their mana right now, so... This Lotus, I believe they are a Breach deck. Yeah, they have to fight over it. So Chain of Vapor, Lotus. Yep, okay, they got it. They have a hard cast Mindbreak Trap here. They're going to cast this here for sure. We just can't get away from drawing lands. I'm not going to attack him with my cat. Pierce is not looking very good here. But I do at least have that Mana Crypt pressing them a bit. Wish I could have got rid of that Lotus. It would have changed the trajectory of this game significantly. Okay. Well, I mean, we're going to try. Oh, I don't mind misstep. Okay, that's 2 cards we're going to draw. If we get done tap next turn, I feel like we're in pretty good control here with the extra card draw. Now, we do have to survive this turn. It could be a breach. And then we would probably lose. They did not hit a breach. So we are still alive here. Force of Will would be good. Okay. All right. Very nice. So we are playing against a breach deck. I'm wondering if we want Leyline of the Void here. So I could see us wanting some long goodbyes. Don't think Momentum Breaker is where we want to be here. Let's just kind of map this out. I could see Consign to Memory, maybe. I certainly think we want Nihil Spellbomb. Do we want Leyline of the Void? We certainly don't need all our long goodbyes. That's 5 cards. I think Days can probably come out. Baubles were really good in that game for me with recurring Luris. Okay, we need to cut 3 cards. It's not going to be easy. I think we can probably cut a Luris. I think without Luris we can probably cut a Bauble. Let me just try and play Control. Oh, Fatal Pushes are terrible. What am I doing here? Bring in a Daze and maybe just maybe another Bauble. Submit. Did I get there? We'll do a 61 card special. Yep, got the 61 card special, guys. It's not a very good looking hand, is it? I believe. They are playing an outright breach deck. And I don't think they have a lot of ways to kill me outside of their Lurrus and a Saga. Really need a blue source here so I can turn my Days on. Oh. They got a force back, okay. Blue source here and we're in great shape. That is not a blue source. Time walk, yep. Luris, yep. They can cast Luris. It's in. So they can hardcast a negation here. But I'm going to try an Ancestral myself. With Days backup. See if it works. They do have mana drains in their deck. Okay. It's just infinite mana on there, and I don't think I really care that much. I'll bait with this. Hardcast Force. Yep, okay. I honestly was going to Wasteland, but I think I do want to just make Saga tokens here, in all honesty. Like, they're not going to want to attack because I have Bowmaster. They did. Just use my life total as a resource here. That was a great draw. What's happening here? Oh, there it goes. Okay. I think we just get a Lotus, right? Yeah, probably. Maybe it doesn't matter. Get a jet, actually. Change my mind. Next turn, I'll Wasteland them. Don't think they want to get in here. Use my mana here. Mana drain, yep. I think that's fine. Look, not ideal, but they have a drain here. It's kind of bad news brown. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay. Can replenish my hand there. Not great, guys. I mean, I guess I could be attacking with both. It actually, the math works out better that way. Okay. They get a redraw here. Of note, I am at 7 life. A bit awkward, but they're going to put me to 4. And then a time walk. Do they have a time walk still? No. So I can put them to 3, and they can attack me back, but then they definitely die. They took it. They're definitely going to see what's up. Gifts is a really good one. I need to find a blue card here. And they shuffled it. Yikes. Good for me. All right. Blue card, please. Nice. Okay, they are attacking. They have Snapcaster? All right, we got there. Jeez, I didn't think about Snapcaster. Snapcaster would have been deadly there. All right, guys, we'll take that. Okay, guys, here we are in round 6, playing a win and in. We lost the die roll. We're playing against Breach. I don't think this is a hand we can keep. Just don't think it's good enough. Much better. I think I will put the island away. Opponent is mulliganed as well. This gives us a turn 1 Bowmaster. Yeah, that's pretty good. I am going to need some help here. I'm going to attempt to brainstorm here. I'm going to fluster. So the only problem with the line we just took there is that I could have played the land out first, but I wanted to find a wasteland. That was my logic for falling into that trap. Now, and it may be hard for us to deal with the Saga here. See if we can find one off our under city sewers here. That was really vital for us because we don't want to give them access to the Black Lotus because of their combo deck. I could sit back on negation here, but I feel like I'm going to get my wheels turning. It's a little bit risky. I think I'm going to just get going with my stuff here, trying to build my delve up. Obviously, this is risky in the sense that I'm not holding up force and negation when I do have the ability to do so, but I feel like we just got to try and kill our opponent here and hope the pieces fall together for us. That was not a great draw. I can play around Flusterstorm if I'm choosing to pitch here. I think they have one more Flusterstorm in their deck. They also have a Pyroblast here. I think that the most valuable way to do this is to hardcast this, and let's just hope they don't have another force. And this way it preserves our treasure cruise. They do have another force here. Okay, that did work for us. But of course it came at quite a cost. Same for my opponent. There was a big cost to that. Do I get Lurrus in here and put them on a clock? Yeah, I think I can sit back one more turn here. Okay, nice. I liked our patience there. Okay, sorry guys, I had it on pause here. Just trying to figure out what we need to do here. They do have things like Hull Breachers in their deck. Don't think we need to have a ton of Long Goodbyes for that. But Long Goodbye is the removal spell of choice here. I've removed a Momentum Breaker. I mean, we want the Lanterns, right? Do I want Luris in my deck? Probably. Lurrus is pretty good. Daze is not that great on the draw. Perhaps I can take that out. 1 minute. Maybe I'll just cut a bauble. See, they're a Tinker / Breach deck. I think this is fine. This is what we did against our last round opponent, Desolutionist. How do I see this hand? It's probably okay. I have a counterspell. They've mulliganed. I've got a redraw with Mishra's Bauble and Wasteland. It's not bad. Okay. We're looking a little loose here, but okay, Negation's a decent draw. Love to draw something like a Frog or a Bowmaster. Oh, wow. Okay. So fairly reasonable chance this gets countered, but we're going to try our best here to keep her going. And if they use something like a Blast on it, it will cost them their Petal, which is reasonable. Yep. Okay. The reason I played the Underground Sea there is I think I would prefer to keep the Delta for a Undercity Sewers. Okay. See if we can punish my opponent here. Bowmasters is exactly what we're looking for. Just going to be proactive here, guys. Yes, they can force a Will It, but I just totally can live with that. I got no problem just being proactive once again here. Really want to get my beatdown going here. Okay, guys, top 8 for us. We'll see you there. So funny story here as we're jogging up for the top 8 here in the next 20 seconds. I don't know what other people's experience are, but I just have the worst luck with tiebreakers. Like 47%. Like my opponents did not help me at all today. Like the Hussar was my only loss in the Swiss, and I know they were 4-0 and dropped the last two, and I think like every other opponent that I had like lost every game, and I seem to have this experience reasonable frequency where I just can't seem to catch a break. Anyway, it's just a funny side note. Thought I'd share that. All right, guys, here we are in the top 8. We've got Crazy Diamonds. Okay, we are on the draw. Yep, it's a nice hand. No Lurrus reveal from my opponent. Interesting. Are we playing Doomsday? Yep. I could gut my hand here if I had to double force. Let's see what they do. This does feel like Doomsday. Probably a Flusterstorm here. Force of Will. Okay. Let's see if they got the Fluster. There's 2 cards left in hand. They do. All right. Well, my opponent had double Force Flusterstorm here. Lotus Doomsday. And that's pretty hard to beat. Let's see what they end up doing here. I mean, I'm not complaining. I had double Force myself. Like, I wasn't expecting I was going to lose that battle, but that was a really, really potent hand from my opponent. I guess we're looking to draw Spell Pierce off the top. Wasteland would be good. Spell Pierce would be good. I don't really think we can win from here, but let's see what my opponent does. There's a vulnerability to having a singleton land like this. So we have 5 strip effects. We have 3 Spell Pierce, I believe. Yeah, not optimal. My opponent has a land in hand. It's not good for us. Let's see what they've done. They're thinking this one through. So, some semblance of this. Lotus Oracle, Ancestral Force of Will. Their deck list is a little bit different. This is a game 1. They've got 2 main deck Mindbreak traps. That is not something you see very often. Mystical Tutor, I don't believe that to be a common card. One Wraith. 2 Wraith. Possibly a Street Wraith. Well, we know what we need to do. Wasteland or Spell Pierce. Strip Mine. That will go a long way. Opponent's away from keyboard here for a second. Okay, not bad, actually. That is not bad. We could get into a force here. That does it for us. We're not going to get there. That's game. Feel like we did pretty good there. Yeah, it's Ancestral, just game. Okay, cannot stop the Ancestral. Okay, that was a very low prevalence hand my opponent had there, like amongst the most broken you could ever have. Um, we don't really have much to do here. I mean, Fatal Push is pretty bad. Momentum Breaker, probably. I don't know. Like, we don't want Soul Guide Lantern. As you can see, we're short on playables here. Bring in a Long Goodbye. I think Long Goodbye is superior to Fatal Push. And maybe I'll just keep us an Nihil Spellbomb. Just as card draw with the Lurrus. I think this is fine. Look, it's not optimal. Normally I would have a Flusterstorm and a Consign in this matchup, but I currently do not have them. To accommodate for a little bit more creature removal. No, just not necessary for us to do that. I think I do want the Mox. I'd really like to keep the land too. Okay, Crazy Diamond is mulligan as well. Down to 3 cards here. This is not great for me, to be perfectly honest with you. Is it Time Walk? Okay. Do I let this go? I feel like I need to force a will here. I'm not going to force back. I'm going to try and fight it. See what I draw here. I don't think my opponent should be able to kill me this turn. My opponent's had some really nice hands here. Like, I've had a turn, right? They killed me ostensibly turn 1 last game on the play, and we're on the play this time, and they're setting up a kill again. If I find a blue card, I might let them Ancestral themselves. Like, put Ancestral on the stack, and then I Ancestral back. The other option is I just Ancestral myself and try and win that way. But I think in order for me to feel comfortable for that, I need to have a blue card in hand, another blue card. So I don't think they have another Underground Sea in hand. They might have an island, though. Okay, let's see what we draw here first. That's not great for me. Yeah, it's the Ancestral. So what's kind of bad for me is if they have a land in hand. But I have a feeling that if I Ancestral them, they're going to put the cards in their hand, and they're going to be able to force their own Ancestral. So I'm going to Ancestral myself here. For better or for worse. Okay, that worked out much, much better. I think I'm going to pitch the Lorne Revealed here. Oh, they do have Murktides, eh? So they're going to pass turn here. It's going to be hard for them to win through my hand here. So here we go. They do have 2 Oracles in hand. In all honesty, I don't think I care about the Lotus. You got it. I'm going to Wasteland here. I don't want to give them Flusterstorm and double Oracle in the same go. Not relevant, but I'm going to do it anyways. That was a really bad draw. I would have loved a land there. All right. 1 card left, guys. All the Marbs. They're trying to set this up so they've got a King Flusterstorm. It's kind of bad for me. So what if I do this? What if I let this resolve? I know they have another Oracle in hand, and I can sign it. They have Ancestral in hand, right? Oh, the Ancestral's there. Gosh. Now, if they have another land in hand, I could lose here. I'm going to be paying 2 for my consign almost assuredly, so I think the misstep is fine. Doesn't matter. They do another one now. All right, nice win there. Yeah, let's take a quick look here. So they've got Murktides. 1 Murktide, 2 Murktide. So they got 2 Murktides here. All right, well, I mean, I guess Momentum Breaker is a lot better against Murktide. Spell Bomb also works towards Murktide. I'm wondering if I can't cut a Bauble here, maybe, to be able to cover both of those features. We also very much could cut a Swamp here, guys. I think that's probably a bit better and keep the Bauble. Like, Long Goodbye is an ugly looking card here for the most part. Part of me just wonders if it's better to have like a land or a Soul Guide Lantern. I think I'll keep the Long Goodbye. On the draw, I see the Long Goodbye likely being a little bit better because I can remove the Oracle. Like, if they get ahead of me here and they do get the Oracle down, at least I can remove it. Which matters if they have cards in their library. Okay, guys. On the draw, I've got a Force of Will. I'm going to get 2 redraws. Probably going to get to Wasteland them here. Well, I shouldn't say probably. Maybe I will. If I find an island off the top, this hand becomes very good. I'm going to keep it, guys. You know, let's say I miss. No, first of all, let's say I find an island that turns on Daze, it turns on Spell Pierce, so I could Spell Pierce and Daze and Force of Will, which is really powerful. Really powerful against this deck. The other option is that if I do not find one, I get to play Wasteland. I get to bobble them, and I'm going to get a redraw and ostensibly 2 other looks for an island. I think it's a pretty reasonable gambit. Now, this hand is basically going off the back of that I have a Force of Will in my opener. My opponent has had 2 very broken starts. And so I'm hoping that this is going to be enough. So we're going to keep this one, and we're just going to hope the pieces come together. And, you know, who's kidding who? Wasteland could be really good against what my opponent's doing, too. So let's see. Are they going for it again? I got Ancestral. Time Walk. I'm not crazy to see that, to be honest. That's probably bad for me. Okay. I mean, look. Okay. Don't Murktide me, bro. I'm going to Wasteland right now. And just pray they don't find a Murktide. I'm doing this so they can't gush me. They did have it. Yeah, it's a pretty big burn there for sure. All right, well, you play with fire, you get burned sometimes, guys. Doomsday. This cost them their Lotus. I probably should fight over it. It will likely cost me my hand. 2 cards in the yard. Do I want to keep a piece of cheap permission in case I find a blue mana, or do I want to work towards a treasure cruise? 5, 6, 7. A fetch could do it. I'm going to dump the cruise. Mystical Dispute. Well, this is not great for me, guys. Do I fight over this? Brutal. That was pretty critical, me missing there. Okay. Blue mana? Okay, 2 bottom. Wow. I'm needing some help here, guys. Doomsday. Oh, no. I need a force now. Yep. That's game. I mean, we fought pretty hard, guys, all in all, considering. Like, our hand protected us for a long time, but we just never found a blue source. Like, we're coming on turn 5 here, and I haven't found a land. And I've drawn 2 extra cards off baubles. So we've had a lot of chances here. Hopefully they don't have anything here. And we get an opportunity to untap. Okay, that's something. Not likely to be enough with Spell Pierce here. Yeah, that's game for sure. I could pierce this here. But I bet you they have Black Lotus. Oh no, Lotus isn't there. Well, I am going to pierce it then. And we're just going to cross our fingers here. Okay, wow. Yeah, really just has been a calamity of just really struggling to find anything here. Yeah, duress is fine. You got it. Yep, not enough. Now we get into Oracle. Like, my opponent gave us chances here. Like, we shouldn't have even had any chances. Force of Will would be great here. Let's force a negation. Like 8 turns, I found one land. Yep. Okay, guys, a little bit of an anticlimactic finish here. I feel like we have a pretty good Doomsday matchup in general. Um, this is more like how I was anticipating it in game 3, but of course we kept a shaky hand, and even with our keep, I still feel like the way the game unwound, that we had a very good chance of winning this game. The problem was is that we went 8 turns or 10 turns and never found more than one land, and we found that land, I believe, on turn 8, which is very low prevalence, right? We had a chance to play here, just never got there, and so um, that said, I liked the way we played it. Okay, guys, bit of a disappointing exit there, but that's going to happen. Crazy Diamonds plays well, and yeah, you can't win them all. So the deck changes we made. So what did we do here? We had a long goodbye main. I don't really think it was impactful. I think we used it once out of the main, and I guess it did win us the game, but um, pretty low key, I would say, change there. Didn't change anything else in the main. And sideboard, we did a Hurkyl's Recall because we were expecting to see a lot of workshops. We didn't run into workshops once today. The only thing we ran into was Jewel, and that's not the card I want Hurkyl's Recall for, despite, of course, I would side it in. Um, like my removal package, didn't see Dredge today, and we had the Leyline package. That said, we did run into Breach twice, and I did side Leyline in, and certainly against Desolutionist in round 5, I do think it was impactful. My opponent was basically all in on Lurrus and beat us down to 7 life, and we were able to rebound quite easily in that circumstance. So once again, I do stand by Leyline of the Void being good, despite we didn't have it there for its actual true function, which is Dredge and Hollow Line. Anyways, guys, that said, I appreciate you hanging out today. And remember, please do like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it. And we're going to see you next time.